We're all here to do what we're all here to do.
You ready? Yeah! True story.
Yep. Yeah.
True story. Woo!
You know it.
True story.
Cheer.
Woo!
You know it.
True story.
Greetings, I'm L. Robinson.
And I'm Latif,
Real Talk.
2.0.
Okay, so let's just jump right in. This episode, I think, in comparison to our others, is going to be a little bit more serious. I think serious would be the word.
I mean, controversial.
I think that's a better word. So, just to save time and to keep this brief, the way that we came up with this subject is because I was out in the world air hustling. I was paying attention, not minding my business, and I heard a conversation. I feel bad about it because it was really super personal. What the subject of the show is, just to give you a brief idea, is we all know the mechanics of making a baby. We all know how that works. But once the baby is conceived, should it be both parties choose as far as the path that they take, as far as, are we going to go ahead and have this baby, or, listen, not ready for baby, let's just throw in the cards. So do you think this is a decision that should just be made by the woman, or should it be, you played together to make the baby, should it be a group thing? Because I felt sorry for the person, again, I'm air hustling, but basically he was told, I don't care what you want, I'm not having a baby, it's my body, it's my decision. And I thought that was, I kind of want to get up and say something, but that would have been my place. But, what is your take on that?
I used to think that it was the woman's choice. We carry the babies, we deal with most of the things that come along with having a newborn baby.
Right.
I've had children myself. It's been times where I've thought,
right.
pun intended. But, up until recently, like literally to like this work week. I'm a long-term sub during the school year, but of course in summer we work. So it's at a call center. I'll make a long story short. Called the older gentleman. Basically, we got to the point where I asked him what political party, and somehow he started discussing abortion. How he wasn't, for that, that this new world stuff of, women being able to make the choice, and basically his now wife got pregnant before they were married, and she gave him the, ultimatum: either you marry me or I don't have the baby.
Wow.
And he was basically saying that, these babies, when they're seeds, they're happy to be living. We might not realize it. He said his daughter went on to be a doctor. And she's a prominent doctor. And her, so he said he wanted to see what that life would be. And he comes from another country, so he said he came over here barefooted, with nothing.
Wow.
So he kind of got that perspective on life. And it kind of,
Well, you know what? Here's the deal. I think society, the reason why I think that both parties should be able to have an honest and open discussion about the future of this life. Okay, because that's what it is. I think that's kind of wrong to say, play hostage negotiations with a life that's just basically percolating. It's basically, just been conceived and is growing inside a woman saying, hey, listen, I'll get rid of this unless you do this. I think that is, I personally think that's horrible. And I'm glad that, the baby was born, but I think a lot of women have this thing where they feel it's just their right. And it's not. It's not. And I understand the way the world views males now, males don't take care of children, this, that, and that. But there's a huge community of us that would do anything to see our children grow and prosper. And I think it's unfair for that decision to be taken out of their hands.
Right.
You know, and I think for the most part, you know, the courts kind of go along with it.
Right.
You know, they kind of go. I mean, as a male, we don't have to. You can't go to court and say, "Hey, listen, you killed the seed that me and you conceived."
Right.
You know, you should go to jail for that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that might come later on.
Yeah.
It might come. I mean, and like, you know, me and the gentleman was saying, there's a lot of people that just because they were fathers, I mean, like he said, I mean, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James,
Right.
everybody knows,
Right.
you know, what they became. And not even just them. I mean,
Doesn't matter. A life
many
is a
people,
life.
you know.
A life is a life. Who was to wake up one morning and say, you know what? I didn't really do anything and probably won't do anything tomorrow. Hey, take my life.
right.
No, nobody does that.
Right.
You know, every day is a new adventure. That's the way the universe or Allah or Buddha or Jesus Christ or God or whatever you believe in, this is the way your destiny is planned out due to your actions
Right.
every day. And if you're not existent on this realm, you can't do anything.
Right.
You can't live dreams. You can't go out there and start a business or write a book that touches half of the world. You can't do any of that
Right.
if you're not here.
Right.
You know, and you know what? Comment. This is the time to comment because I'm sure some of you people have feelings about this. Do you think that it should just be the woman's choice?
Right.
Do you think I'm listening to this conversation? I want to get up and be like, hey, wait a second. I'm going to referee this. Okay, whatever y'all decide, y'all will come to a conclusion together because you made the baby together.
Yeah. I mean, it's deep because you don't know as a woman, you know, if you want to be stuck, what if we're not
Right.
together. But I mean, really, it's only our job as parents to raise them until 18, 21. So you know, you plant seeds and you,
Right.
you know, you do the best. You be a good parent, the best parent you can be.
Right.
And you never know what that child that you were thinking about not having.
Right.
You know, then you
Right.
look at them, and like as a parent, I probably would feel guilty every day, no matter what they were, just like telling myself, wow.
I mean, there's some adults that I wish somebody pulled the trigger and said, no, I'm just playing. I know too soon. No, I'm just, I would never feel that way. I would never feel that way. The universe, in my thinking, the universe has a plan for all of us.
Right.
And each person plays a part in that plan.
Right.
The domino effect is based on people.
Right.
You know, whether it turns sideways or, I mean, I can just geek out with this whole thing, but, you know, people say, oh, you know, this person that became a murderer. But you don't know the chain of events that set off. Not saying that murder is right.
Right.
But the universe has a plan for all of us.
Right.
You don't know the person that they murdered was going to become a worse murderer. But no. But then again, on the flip side of the coin, on the more positive side of the coin, you don't know if this child that you thought about getting rid of is going to become the next quantum physicist and figure out how to make the world 100 million times better. You don't know.
Right.
You don't know. So I'm not a fan of abortion.
Right.
I understand women's rights. I understand that there is a lot of shitty men out there, ishy men out there that's not going to step up to the plate and be fathers. I understand that. But at the same time, I just can't be a fan of destroying a life.
Right. I mean, you never, I mean, I don't know. I think that everybody that's created was meant to be. Even though some people say, well, yeah, you know, but still, you know, or this, that, and the other.
Right.
But if it wasn't the case, that means like a lot of women would have like 50 children because every time they committed the act, a child would just be born. So it's not just like coincidental.
Right.
It's something, you know.
Well, the universe works off of balance.
Right.
There's a part, and I just talked about this in the clip in Protocol Evolution. It's balance. It's balance, and you can't just take things out the equation and think the universe is just going to readjust itself, and it may not readjust itself to the way that you want it to readjust. That child might be the thing that saves your life. Okay, that child, you might be sitting at the table choking, and that child might be the only one in the room. Oh, but you know what? You made that decision that day. And I'm not making light of it.
Yeah.
I'm not making light of it. And,
no, it's deep though when you really think about it. Like, you know, when you think about, life in general, and then you put that in the mixture, it's just like,
hey, you know,
you just don't know. You don't know. I mean, look at all these the crazy children that's been rescued from kidnapped and abandoned, and then that one stranger comes and saves them, and
Yeah.
you know,
you don't know what
there.
role they play.
yeah,
You don't know what role they play
Yeah.
in the universe. And for you, I understand. See, here's the deal. If you're not ready for kids, there's a way to prevent it.
right,
Honestly, it's called birth control, or just not doing it.
right,
I mean, that is the reality. To either hold a new life as a bargaining chip,
mm-hmm.
to destroy someone
Mm-hmm.
with a life that is growing inside of you, because there's a lot of women that, hey, listen, you don't want to be with me? Hey, you know,
Mhm.
guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? You know, that's not, life is a beautiful, sacred
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the universe, no matter what you decide, no matter what you do, there's cause and effect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the universe is always going to balance itself. It's every time it's going to balance itself. So, you know, if you do this stuff with malice in your heart, like you said about, and I feel sorry for that gentleman, but at the same time, I'm happy
Mhm.
that he made the choice to say, hey, this life is what's important to me.
Right, right.
You know, and at the end of the day, they may be so in love, the husband and wife may be
Mhm.
so in love, but at the end of the day, what really matters is that new life.
Right,
To me,
right.
do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, comment, because I think this needs to be revisited. I think life, again, is sacred. Life is sacred, and at the very least, if you do feel that there is no option, you need to have a discussion with the person that helped you make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they should really make that law that, you know, if you're a stand-up citizen, if you're a father that wants to take care of their children, that wants to be in your child's life, you know, after you conceive it, wants to be that father, the storybook father, whatever father you want to call it, you know, I think they should be able to say, hey, Your Honor, I didn't agree to this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't agree to this. I have rights too.
Right.
You know, now for y'all individuals that don't want to take care of their kids, that don't want to do the right thing, you're part of the reason behind this.
Mm-hmm.
You're the reason why women can just decide, hey, listen, I don't care how you feel, this is what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the state and whatever laws. You know,
I would say, if I'm not mistaken, I think if you're married, I think that it's a little different. I'm not sure.
I'm not a lawyer.
I would say, I mean, I went to school for a little. If I'm not, it's been a while, but I think it is something.
I look at, when lawyers talk, I look in amazement. I'm like, damn, they know a lot.
Yeah.
Yo, son, you heard what he just said? He just quoted a whole chapter out of the book with numbers. You know, so, but that's a whole different episode.
Yeah.
Lawyers.
Yeah. It's a lot.
But yeah, that was a lot. Please comment. Please let us know how you feel about this. I think we should just tag this, you know, as abortion, right? No, and I don't mean that in a funny way,
Right,
but to bring
no, right.
attention and to let people speak their minds about how
Yeah,
they
because
feel.
it's kind, you know, like I said, I was one of those women that felt like, you know, hey, I'm, you know, especially if you're trying to do something with your life and you like, it just, with something
It
like
becomes
that.
overwhelming.
I say it's like you always have the child at the wrong time. I was just about to.
Maybe the universe is keeping you from getting that child so you can take care of the child. So the person that came in and shot up the office, you wouldn't be there.
That's true. That's
Y'all don't
true.
think about that.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So yeah, you have to.
I'm not to cut you off, but I'm gonna say if you pray, you know, for whatever. My main prayer is just keep me on the right path
Guidance.
for my children, so that I can guide them.
Right.
So whatever it seems like a lot of stuff isn't going my way, but I trust that that's why because I'm being guided on the right, right path. I'm, he said, hey, you want to live
you want
to live to be 100, right? So you need to do what I'm doing.
Right. And that's how I am with the universe. I mean, we look at, you know, we're in the middle of a solar system. We revolve around the sun every day. The sun revolves around the galaxy. I mean, you think this is all luck?
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason. There is purpose in everything that happens. Whether you speak to someone, whether somebody bumps into you in the street, there is a chain reaction. We are like the biggest box of dominoes ever. You know, and you know, we gotta bring this back. Please comment.
Yeah.
Please comment, because I'm about to go get geeky. No, but please comment on this. I think this is an important subject. I'm L. Robinson.
I'm Latif.
This is Real Talk
2.0.
You already know. Love you guys.
True story.
Yep. Yeah.
True story. Woo.
You know it.
True story.